Opening scene, the quiet storm, 0004. The sound of evening prayers echoed softly across the neighborhood. From her small apartment window, Zainab could see the golden dome of the mosque glowing under the fading sun. She closed her eyes as the adhan drifted through the air, peaceful, grounding, and yet heavy with guilt. Because as she lowered her hands from prayer, her phone buzzed, and there it was again, a message from Kola, thinking of you, Z. Can we talk tonight? Her heart skipped. She knew she shouldn't reply. She knew what her faith said, that boundaries were clear, and temptation was not to be entertained, but her feelings. Her heart wasn't as obedient as her mind. Narrator voice, soft, cinematic. What happens when faith says no, but your heart whispers yes? Stay with us till the end, and if you love real stories that speak to the soul, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Scene to the meeting for 01800. The next evening, she met Kola at a small, tucked between two palm trees. He was calm, smiling, the kind of man who spoke softly but left storms behind. They had met at university, both active in the Muslim Student Society. Back then, he was the brother who reminded her to fast on Mondays and Thursdays. But now, years later, the conversations had changed. Kola, Z, I miss our talks. You've been distant. Zainab, because we both know this isn't right. Kola, I'm not asking for much, just friendship. She laughed softly, bitterly. That's what they all say before the heart forgets what friendship means. He looked at her, sincerity in his eyes. You think faith and feelings can't walk together? She didn't answer. She couldn't. Scene 3, the struggle within 8:01:14. Back home. Zainab sat by her prayer mat long after Isha. She tried to focus, but her thoughts betrayed her. Why did Kola's words sound so true? Why did her heart betray her devotion every time she heard his name? She opened her Quran and her eyes fell on a verse, and do not approach that which leads to sin. She closed it quickly, her heart racing. Tears welled up. She whispered, Ya Allah, I'm trying. I really am. Her phone buzzed again. Kola, good night, Z. I'm praying for you. She typed, then deleted. Typed again, and I'm praying for you too. Send. The screen glowed in the darkness like a confession. Narrator voice, have you ever prayed with one hand and texted temptation with the other? If you've ever been torn between your heart and your faith, click subscribe, because this story is just beginning. Scene for the breaking point, 14:01:22:00. Weeks passed. What started as occasional chats became daily confessions. They laughed about work, about memories, about dreams, and slowly faith became a quiet observer instead of the guide it once was. One evening, Kola called. Kola, Z, I've been offered a job in Abuja. I might be leaving soon. Her voice cracked. Oh, silence. Kola, before I go, I need to know, what am I to you? She froze. The question she had avoided was now standing in front of her. Zainab, you're someone I care about deeply, but not someone I'm supposed to. He sighed. Faith again. Zainab, yes, Kola, faith, because feelings can fade, but faith is what saves. He stood up, frustrated. You're the only woman I've ever wanted, and yet your faith keeps me at a distance. Zainab, then maybe it's faith that's protecting us both. Her tears fell. Narrator voice somber. Sometimes love walks away not because it's weak, but because it's obedient. Subscribe if you've ever had to choose strength over sweetness. Scene 5, the decision, 22:01:28:00. That night, Zainab deleted Kola's messages. Every memory, every emoji, every word that had become a temptation gone. Her hands shook, her heart protested, but her soul was at peace. Weeks later, she saw Kola at the mosque after Jumu'ah. He smiled faintly. She smiled back modestly, gracefully. Nothing needed to be said. After the prayers, he walked past her, whispering, May Allah reward your strength. She whispered back, and may He heal what we had to lose. They parted not in pain, but in peace. Zainab smiled, whispered Alhamdulillah, and closed her eyes in gratitude. The screen faded to black, text on screen, caught between faith and feelings, a story of love, restraint, and redemption. Subscribe for more inspiring African stories that touch the heart and soothe.